Just that boss life. I'm a proclamator. Proclaiming the truth. Make it rain on haters. It got Ziplocs, foil, and glad bags too. I pack anything. That's the fucking truth. I'll be shopping. Super load up everything. I got fucking plates, stoves, and popping wedding rings. I got fridges and cans. I'm on beast mode. I'm about to go to Chef Zone and meet me at Asshole. I'll be living lifestyle on these animals. Motherfucking bookshelves. Read the fucking manual. Motherfucking Chinese herbs. Be making potions like absurds. Rap the fuck out here. Bitly lost for words. I'll be out here sipping sirs. I got more stuff than you can concur. Don't need to explain it. Don't need to infer. I got dogs and birds. And a motherfucking sir. So what do we got going on here? A little couple few breakdowns. Worthwhile, I would say, thoughts. Motherfucking bookshelves in this bitch. What? Alright, so an opinion on the purse thief that I assisted the police in capturing, and also another point of view on Amway, if you're not already aware of what Amway is. So regarding the purse thief, okay, the purse thief is, it really, all that matters is a question of whether or not somebody can be reasoned with. So for example, I pursued the purse thief and, helped the police to follow him, and if he could be reasoned with, and I could say something to him like, drop the purse, it's totally, what you've done is totally disrespectful, antisocial, and, cold-hearted, whatever. And then I could have said, why are you trying to steal it? Do you, for example, hate he stole it from somebody of another ethnicity? Do you hate that person's ethnicity or culture? Are you in such a desperate situation where you think that they're rich and greedy, where you can steal from them? Along those lines, right? But if a person can't be reasoned with, it's not useful to say anything to them, even shout like you're a bad person, because they're either mentally irretrievable under drugs, or they're just totally angered, or they're in a mental place where they're which resulted in them being I can only think of when I've done perhaps rude acts or antisocial acts. Like, for example, I used to, no, I wouldn't say it's stalking, but I kind of would follow women to where they were. Definitely a creepy thing, but it wasn't like I was physically harming them. I was just perhaps encroaching upon their privacy. And maybe being a psychological disturbance to them. Yes, but again, the reason I did that was because I've already analyzed, is because I subconsciously used to hate women and men as well. But I used to subconsciously hate people because I had labeled women as my authority, mother, grandmother, aunt, etc. And even if they were nice people, which I don't think they entirely were, even if they were nice people, it doesn't matter. Just the very act of labeling somebody your authority, at a subconscious level at least, it has a negative effect upon your life and your approach to life and other people. That considered, so this purse thief, for example, I could, if I was in a financial position, I could offer them $20 and say, it's not worth it. A lot of times, a small amount of money can um, break up disputes. It can be diplomatic because usually the disputes involve people who are, both poor or angered or displaced or whatever, and they're, you know, kind of in a fight or flight, trying to meet their basic needs type of situation. Um, and but the problem with that whole thing was that in society, it would be the person whose purse was stolen would be required to be the one who pressed charges, or somebody who that person harassed. And if you do that, then after 6 months that they are in jail or whatever, then they could want to target and get a vendetta against you, or tell their friends to do that to you. Um, so it doesn't. It's not an effective form of justice. It would be more effective if the state pressed charges and didn't release the people until they were truly uh, benevolent and could contribute to society and not take away. So it's a complicated issue. I think the root of the issue lies in childhood poverty and parents having children when they're not financially positioned, or perhaps even mentally or physically either positioned. And that, in consideration of that, I think the government should have laws, and at least there should be organizations where people can be a participant of, that can promote ad campaigns that encourage people to not have children unless they really are positioned to. And I would vote for laws to restrict and criminalize people having children under certain circumstances. And I think that's enough on that subject. A more interesting subject, the Amway, uh, the take on that company. So basically, it's a company that sells, that you can only buy um, their products, beauty, health products, stuff like makeup and water for purification and healthy, like snack bars. Uh, you can only buy that unless if you have a membership to their organization. And so, simply put, if a person was not manipulative or covert, and they worked for the company, they would approach somebody and say, "Hello, I have a job opportunity. Are you interested?" And then the person could say yes or no. And if they said yes, they'd say, I work for Amway, and I sell we sell products, um, health products and quote unquote commodities, which means things that people use regularly, like food and makeup. So they would say that, and then they would say, we also sell memberships, because it seems like in order to participate, you have to buy a certain amount of products each month, and then it would also be that also gets you into this opportunity to market, or not market, but to sell memberships. You're essentially selling memberships to other people. So again, if somebody worked for Amway and if they were forthright and not manipulative, they would say to somebody, they'd say, "How's it going? are you looking for a job? And then if instead of saying I have this cool opportunity, they'd be explicit. They'd be see real honest business is simple. It's I have a product or service. Say I offer this for $1, or I can get you a membership or a license to sell these, and you can make a profit. Or I have this, or maybe the other person has it and they can offer, I'd like to buy that with monetary or other form of exchange. It's very, business is very simple. There's this job opportunity, it pays this much money an hour or a commission, or and we whatever product or service. But in Amway, it's misleading. It's all about, oh, there's this cool opportunity, and I wouldn't recommend doing. This is really what they say. I wouldn't recommend doing research on Google. And the irony is that they say that, oh, it's not accurate research, but the irony is that I think Google offers, obviously mixed opinions, good and bad, but um, the most accurate research I would think would be made by individuals who that's true freedom. It's an individual opinion of, this is my experience. This is, instead of saying that, people who work for Amway will say that, oh, only, you can only learn about Amway through the Amway website and stuff, and stuff to that effect. What else? So so this whole Amway thing, I think it's not an honest business, because an honest business would be explicit and simple and say, we do this, and this, and you can get involved in this. It costs this much, this what. But instead, they try to get you under the premise of, oh, we're building relationships, or oh, we sell, what are they called, whatever commodities, and just try to make it, fancy and overstated, and all like, wow, it's a privilege to be involved. Like, no, and they're trying to build relationships, like, oh, I want to get to know you. That's all with the intent of just getting you into a position where you're feeling good, and then you're gonna buy something because your guard is down. And that's a lesson for everyone too. When your emotions are involved in something, you won't be able to think as clearly. So in business and in life, it's often useful to just breathe and be neutral and extract yourself from situations. Don't make impulsive decisions. And so yeah, that's the whole deal with Amway. It's and I guess many other MLMs, they go under the premise of, oh, we have this all, great products, and it's, so many opportunities for money, and you can make money easily, and you can make passive income. Passive income is something, for example, you make from, mainly it's involved in, when you make money off of rent. But it's not really passive income. It's more of like an investment. It's like you have an investment, and you're making money off of that investment. Of You have that investment of that house, and you're making money off of it by renting it. So the whole idea, the whole even term passive income is a little misleading, and it's, the whole idea of quick money, big money and all that, unless it's explicit, like, this is what you have to do in order to do it, which in Amway it's not. It's all about, oh, we've got this interesting da da da, and it's very verbose. There's so many, talking about it and mixing personal with professional, and to have people lower their guard. So my conclusion on it is, if somebody asks you about it, say, refer them to this video or another video you find online you think is relevant, and just know that they are either a manipulative salesperson, or they're somebody who's kind of simple-minded and just goes along blindly and follow, and they may not be inherently a bad person, but they're involved in something unintentionally or inadvertently. They're involved in something that's not really an honest business, because it's not explicit and simple and overt in the way it operates. So thanks for considering, and aloha.